The 2018 SheBelieves Cup from Harrison, New Jersey. Second match day, Germany and England at halftime, level 1 goal apiece. A look at some first half highlights, and how about 2 goals in about 3 minutes time. Germany getting forward and creating 3-4 good opportunities, all leading up to the final effort. It's Hazret Kayachi. Not the first time, but the second time. She wouldn't be denied. It comes back in the 17th minute of play, and Germany was on the board. It was a spirited effort by England. They simply couldn't keep it out, and so the Germans took the lead. How would England respond? They hadn't been down yet, the Neville era. Williams off the chest of Ellen White, and ricochets past the goalkeeper, Helmut Schultz, and in. And a good celebration to boot. Her 25th international goal. And Ellen White leveling the match at 1 in the 19th minute of play, sending us into the second half on level terms. For England, if they draw, they put themselves in the driver's seat with a win or a draw in the final game of SheBelieves Cup to win the tournament. But if they fall, it's a risk against the United States, to be sure. Has a couple changes coming. Kayachi will come out, and Dahlman will come out. So the midfielder and the forward playing down the center of the field will both come off at halftime for Germany. Nina McGool, player who's going to come on, get some minutes here for Germany to start the second half. This is Marajan, steered away. And out from Feist. There's Lucy Bronze, who had some incendiary things to say in terms of the level of play club-wise, saying that she feels like teams in England and in Europe overall have moved past the NWSL, which some in the United States might not take all that kindly, but certainly the level of play from some of the top teams in Europe rival anybody. I think there would be a very large audience that would like to see the Lyons and the Bayern Munichs and the PSGs come across and play some teams from the NWSL or vice versa. And you look at Carly Lloyd, for instance, going to Manchester City and experiencing English football from that side of it before coming back to the NWSL. Certainly an interesting concept, to be sure. Lawley stood up only for a moment. Good interchange with Scott. Lawley playing it up the right-hand side. Ball in, past White, falls out in front. Chance kicked away from Kirby. Had a wide open look at the net and simply didn't pull the trigger. That looked like a very good opportunity, to be sure, for England. Can Pop keep this in play? She does. Debrett's making a run. Marajan. Marajan stepping by, fires out of play. Well, Marajan from this distance is a very realistic spot for a memorable goal. And she created the space for herself, but had some additional company in the Farrah Williams right before she took the shot. Williams bypassing Scott. Feist was there. It's good to see that Lena Gosseling's able to continue on after having her lower right leg spiked inadvertently at the end of the first half. Katrin Hendrich. Hendrich again. And now McGool, one of those players who signed to Bayern, Bennett Freiburg in Germany. Lifted through Hoot. Hoot forces the flyby. Marajan this time. McGool was near that if that had made its way through. Chamberlain still has work to do. Well, stuck in the ground. Scott goes flying. Play continues on. Each team allowed 6 substitutes. Germany using 2 at a halftime in what is termed a friendly, but really is anything but. And both coaches, well, Steffi Jones and Phil Neville, making a point to say that these are rivals we should expect to beat if we're going to go to France next year and become world champions. For Germany, a loss here would eliminate them from contention for the SheBelieves Cup title. For England, a win would put them on the precipice of winning the title. That's touched back, now a chance for Debritz, and this is an own goal. Chamberlain puts it off the back heel of Bright, and it's in for Germany. Well, that's horrifically unlucky for England, and for Germany, pressure that they've applied since halftime coming to fruition. It was Debritz, it was touched back. That is the back pass that would have been called. And Chamberlain puts it off Bright. It looked like England might have been able to get out of here without conceding the goal. Well, is there another instant response in the Lionesses here? So that's Millie Bright's first ever international goal. It's against her own team. It comes in the 20th cap of her international career, and wrong place, wrong time. Pop launched that up the touchline. Here's Bright. Bright, a player who missed January camp, picked up an injury, has largely displaced Laura Bassett's position in this back line for England. Hoot. Bronze came bustling through. McGool. And a goal kick for the English. English team coming off their second win in 44 years against the French. Doormat no longer. in European play. Falling in the semifinal in Euros. Reaching beyond the Germans, only made it to the quarters before they surprisingly crashed out to Denmark despite an early third-minute goal from Isabel Krzyzewski. Sprinting on is Hoot. McGool running down the middle. But Hoot will have a go at this herself. And it's Siobhan Chamberlain now. Here's Bronze captaining the side. Steph Houghton out. And it was well noted by Julie Foudy on the American broadcast of the USA game that, really think about it, the four top defenders, theoretically, top defender for each team, not available right now in this tournament. Becky Sauerbrunn for the United States and Wendy Renard, the captain for France, and Babette Peter getting injured, and Steph Houghton a late subtraction from the roster on what Phil Neville since called Black Saturday. 4 or 5 players pulling out of contention for SheBelieves Cup. Away there from Demi Stokes. That's Germany's. What appears to be both teams' surprise. That's Anna Blessa. Came on at the half. Hadn't heard much from 14 in German green. McGool. Marajan. Does well to find a bit of space here. Stokes was under pressure. Lined over McGool and out altogether. Stokes. Only White and Hendrich contention for that ball. Almut Schult, German goalkeeper. All for Hoot. Taken by the English. This is Lawley. Lawley making just her 5th appearance. Comes down for Bronze. Lawley. Nearing the byline. That was service that stayed in. White in the area, but Schult upper line. change coming for England. This their first of 6 available substitutions. Walsh who comes on. Just her 3rd cap. Started in the opening game of the tournament and also had an appearance against Kazakhstan in November. And Farrah Williams, the player who comes out, had what at the time was a unwitting assist. Her shot deflecting off of Ellen White to equalize for England. Ball for Lawley, who's intercepted by Feist. Feist grabbing at her mask. And 2 trainers instantly coming out to check. Collision there with Lawley. And that's a mask that's appeared since the United States game that was played a couple days ago. And face plants, quite obviously, rather did have that on a couple days ago in Columbus.
Squeeze up. Don't do that, Helen. Don't do that. Well done.
Well, unmasked, at least for a moment, she'll stay out. Germany will play with 10.
Stay out. Be brave.
And there's a little more room to play around with substitutes. You might not really want to use 2 defensive subs, but when you have 6 available, it's a little more forgiving. Lawley going right up the space that she vacated. Feist wants to come back in now. England went right for the jugular, going square down the line that Feist has been patrolling in this second half. Blessa, McGool, Pop. Can Debritz get there? Not quite. Feist continuing on. Cross field from Walsh. Hasn't seen too many touches yet. Kirby now for Walsh. Lifts for Stokes. Played out by Blessa. A flag is up for offside. Walsh kept that from Pop. Chamberlain. All the way past Tony Duggan. Germany's led since the 52-minute mark. An own goal. Chamberlain off the back heel of Millie Bright. The difference maker. 2 goals in the first half, just a couple minutes apart. Ellen White responding after Hazret Kayichi scored for Germany. Germany's best chance to win SheBelieves Cup is to pick up a victory here and then hope for a draw by England, as England has that solid goal differential advantage. Unless Germany were to pick up a few more goals here, that's got to be at least a little bit on the back of Steffi Jones's mind in terms of the overarching tournament storyline. But a lot of work still to be done here against an English team that's played well against top European competition these past few years, including in the 2015 Women's World Cup. That bronze medal game. Bronze. Bronze slid in. Manis played it further. And here's Scott. Walsh. A collision hoop. Arriving. Nikita Paris and Izzy Christensen checking in for England as they begin to take advantage of the 6 substitutes available to them. Lawley will switch sides. That's enough for Tony Duggan and Jill Scott as well. Well, Scott picked up a nasty knock in the first half and continued well. Well, that seemed to backfire a bit, but no collateral damage as McManus is there. Intercepted by Blessa. A line of 5 rushing ahead for Germany. There's a slide at the edge of the area. England's taken it for a moment. Well, that's taken away. And tapped through for Magul. Marjan hands to her head. Well, she had threaded that just right. Marjan, youngest player to play in the Bundesliga on the women's side, 14 years, 7 months. An international star by any and every standard. Father, national teamer in Hungary. Already 32 goals and 3 times the finalist for the best player in Europe. A number that'll surely increase as time continues on in her career. Marjan lifting. The turn from Hoot. Marjan directs traffic now takes over. Service for Pop. Too high. Feist. Feist at the byline, serves across. Cleared as far as Marajan. Great move to simply create space to the byline. First clearance by Bright, falling in a dangerous spot. And Marajan has now tried 3 efforts from outside the 18-yard box, trying to expand this German advantage. The legs of Feist and Paris gliding through. Paris trying to get around. That's a foul and a free kick. Trying to meet this on the other side. Lena Gosling, you can see linking arms with Paris, who show good pace. Try and make her way around. Paris, a player is playing exceptionally well right now for Manchester City and for the national team. 4 goals in her last 4 in domestic play, and internationally 4 goals in 3 World Cup qualifiers. Here's Izzy Christensen. Debritz has come away with possession. Here's Hendrich, born in Belgium, came up through the German youth system. On the national team fray in 2014. Germany trying to work the right-hand side, but play offside. Andy Islacker will come on. Going from Frankfurt to Bayern Munich, the press release referring to Islacker as somewhat the human embodiment of guaranteed goals, over 100 in league play in Bundesliga. And enough for Sarah Debritz. Played really well in this game. 5 goals in major tournaments in her history. But today it wasn't about trying to score so much as setting up other players with her wing play. I have to say she did a pretty good job with that. If England falls, they're far from eliminated in SheBelieves Cup. This is onside. White scores. Oh, the match is level in the 73rd minute. The first goal was all about White being in the right place. And the deflection this time left all alone. Clinical finish past Almut Schultz. What an incredible run to streak through entirely unmarked. Well, it may be too early to start talking about the what-ifs of England potentially falling in this match. They've leveled it again. Her second, her 26th career goal. McGool McGool still reverses out. Blesa deflected. Taken by Marjan. All White keeping possession, coming back to the ball. Something about her and big goals in SheBelieves Cup. That game winner against the United States, one of the bigger goals in England's transformation into a European power. Seen them rise from 11th to 3rd in the world rankings. Germany goes to their bench again. Leah Schuler. Svenja Hoot will come out. Current standings, if it holds as is, England would be on top by goal differential in SheBelieves Cup. +2 over the United States. Those two teams meet on Wednesday night in sunny Florida. Germany finishes with the #6 ranked team in the world, France. Bright initial clearance. Line further. Here comes White again. White at the back of Hendrich. Christensen. Ball for Paris cut out. Schuler. Harris. Christensen. With a more firm grasp now. Lawley goes down, and White was appealing for a foul. Harris stiff-arming Blesa away, but Germany on it now. Still 13 minutes in stoppage. Find a go-ahead goal for either side. Pop. Mislacker. Feist. Serving out front. That's deflected out, just a goal kick. Leah Schuler. Just her 4th international cap, sliding in here. Phil Neville said coming in, win, loss, draw. If this team does the right things the way he wants them to be done, he's not going to be critical of this English side in his first tournament as the head man of the English national team. Right now going toe-to-toe with Germany. McGool. Kemma. Feist. Nodded over both McGool and Marjan. It's a corner for Germany. Marjan popped up. Chamberlain started off a line. It's another corner. And this to McGool. Marjan. Pop! Off the top of the net. Out of play. Such an innovative concept here. Playing Marjan back and having Pop work her way toward the back post. Put Paris under pressure. Tried to loop this over. Pop knew how close she was there. Christensen playing it over the top. It's White again. White sitting on a hat trick. White knocked down Schultz. White collects the rebound. Surfaces for Lawley. Service headed down. Christensen. And now Marjan. McGool racing up the right side to widen things out. Play opening up here. Lessa. Chance now. Pop. Off of Bright. Chamberlain making sure this doesn't end up as a corner. Almut Schultz making a good stop here, but White's first touch bringing her closer to the byline without widening out that angle. She was looking more central to try and play a teammate instead. It's a good stop for Almut Schultz. And Ellen White will continue to look for her third. Despite temperatures in the upper 30s, low 40s in Harrison, New Jersey. Good number of fans staying in the stadium after the United States nearly packed the house. Kirby slow to her feet, had reached down and grabbed for the top of her boot initially. Kirby's dealt with a handful of injuries, ankles and knees included. Hendrich slipped back by McGool. Hendrich's crossfield pass, not a great one. There's some contact by Kemma, but not enough worthy of a foul. And now foul against the English. That was Melissa Lawley, whose number is on the card at midfield. And she'll pick up a yellow card for her trouble on her way out. And the referee's saying, come back, I'm not done with you yet. But she's walking off because her number's on the board. And now Lawley will make her leave. And Rachel Daly comes on, a native of Harrogate who played at St. John's University in Queens for an Englishman, Ian Stone. Hey, stop. I am the law. Yellow card. I think that's what was said, but we'll refer to the transcripts. Still 5 minutes to go. Marjan wants a sprint up the right-hand side on a Blessa. What a challenge. Blessa still keeping it, and off of Stokes for a corner. Blessa has not scored with the national team, but she was the only player streaking in from that side. Eventually won this corner. Marjan, not again. Ball for Kirby. Will this find White as it curls through? Can't be much petrol left in the tank for Ellen White at the present moment. Pop. Found McGool. Marjan. The overlap on from Blessa. Crossing. Still on for Islacker. Follows. It's a goal kick to England in the final 4 minutes plus stoppage. Johanna Elzig gustling off. Rachel Daly's after this and has it now. Kirby. White steers it, and Schultz there before Paris could arrive. And Rachel Daly, who will see time as a fullback for the Houston Dash a bit this year in an attempt to make herself a better option for the World Cup roster in 2019, playing up top. And Daly is played here. Rachel Daly right into Schultz. That could have been the moment. Daly played her college ball just some 20-25 miles away in Queens. Has a big contingent of Red Storm fans in the arena tonight. Had a notable applause when she came on. That would have been a storybook moment for Daly, who did not feature when England played at Red Bull Arena in SheBelieves Cup last time. And Daly's making her way up the left-hand side. Stokes for Paris, but Schultz. Well, a draw doesn't do anything for Germany at this point as it stands for this tournament. Might look better in the end, but won't get them any closer. A moment ago, Rachel Daly making this run between the right center back and the right outside back, and Helmut Schult came off, made herself really imposing in the end. And that was right into her. Meanwhile, Tabia Kema checks out. Germany has used all 6 of their available substitutes chasing this one. England still has 1 remaining. Pop drives it! Deflected and out for a corner. That almost stuck inside the post. Oh, Pop just put a ton of pace on that, and Bright was almost victim to a second own goal. Three-minute stoppage time. Initial header. Pop will wind out into the corner. We'll try again. Pop toward the back post. Islacker in the area. Kept in. Marjan played it. And now Islacker cleared away by Bright. It's a corner. For England, a draw means they control their destiny going to Orlando with either a win or a draw against the United States. For Germany, a win keeps them alive in SheBelieves Cup 2018. Bounces Hendrich. Pop reversing. And will have a chance to serve. Pop winds it across. Marjan again. 4 efforts from 20+ yards. And not once has she put it on target, even with this being an extraordinarily high degree of difficulty. And we're halfway through allotted stoppage time. Bright pops this up. Islacker. Feist. Marjan. Oh, clean play. Turning Schuller. Toward Magul. Bright launches. It's a long run here for Jodie Taylor. Alzig. Feist. Feist again, she's been a warrior. Marjan. Leading ball up the right side. Serve towards Schuller. That is a goal kick with some 30+ seconds to go. How aggressive will England be? The reality for them in this is whether they win this game by 1 or draw, it doesn't change the overall championship scenario. Taylor is after Schult. And it's full time. Finishes 2-2. Ellen White scores twice. Phil Neville, Steffi Jones come together at midfield. Their first meeting of what may well be many. Some, one would think, of even greater stakes and importance down the line, as these two teams go toe-to-toe in Harrison, New Jersey, and finish on level terms. Kaiichi scores in the 17th minute. Ellen White responds instantly on a deflection off a Farrell Williams shot. There's an own goal scored off of Millie Bright in the 52nd minute, and then in the 73rd, Ellen White responds again. Could have had a hat trick. Rachel Daly had a great chance late. But it finishes tonight in the SheBelieves Cup in Harrison, New Jersey. England 2, Germany 2.